A warm welcome to everyone and namaste. So welcome back on this very interesting topic about discovering Vedic wisdom part 2. In the previous session, we discussed about Shruti, Smriti, Vedas and the brief introduction about all aspects of Vedic scriptures, and today we will explore furthermore. Now, when we say Veda, what exactly is the meaning of Veda? Veda means to know. To know what? To know what is right and what is wrong. I generally tell nowadays people have no goals properly, so they don't know what to do. So every day they get up in the morning and they come out of the house and they do not know whether to go right or left or right or left. So finally what do? They go right, left, right, left, right, left. Finally they are left, which is not right. So Veda means to know what is right and what is wrong. So Vedas gives us the knowledge about what is right and what is wrong. And once we have this knowledge, once we have understood the essence of this knowledge, then what happens? It becomes easy for us to lead our life based on the principles of Dharma, which is explained in Vedas. Now, interestingly, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna makes a very beautiful statement. He says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. So beautiful words about Vedas. So what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? He says, Sarvasya. I'll explain word by word so that it becomes easy for us to understand. So the language, Sanskrit language spoken in Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita is quite easier. So once I split the words, go word by word, I think even you can understand it very nicely, even if you do not know Sanskrit very nicely. So what does these words mean? Sarvasya, meaning Sarvasya, everyone. Chaham, cha, and aham, I. So Hridi Sannivishto. Sannivishta means near. So Krishna here is saying, I live in everyone's heart, Hridi. So the meaning is Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto. I live as Paramatma in everyone's heart. And staying there, what do you do, sir? You stay as Paramatma in the heart, but what is your duty? And he says, Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. So he does three important things. What are these three important things? Mattaha smritir, I give smriti, remembrance. Friends, if you understand this concept of remembrance, you will be quite astonished. So what it is? Remembrance means we study or we hear something and we remember for many days, after that we forget. For some of us, we study for the exam and when the question paper comes in front of us, we forget. Or we remember. And who is in control? So here in the Gita, Krishna is saying, I take control of all this remembrance. Sometimes, have you noticed, it has happened many times in my life. Sometimes we ask, like for example, I have lost my keys. So in my mind I start thinking, where is the key? Where did I keep? And I ask the question and I try to find the answer for a few minutes. I don't get the answer and I forget it. And after 1 hour or 2 hours, the mind suddenly answer comes. Hey, you have kept the keys in your pocket. Go and search in the bedroom. And I go and search in the bedroom. The keys are there. Now, if you analyze, in the beginning, I put the question inside, tried to find the answer, did not get, so I forgot. I left then and there. But after 2 hours or after half a day or next day, suddenly the answer comes that you have forgotten in the pant pocket, and go and see there, it is available there. So who is giving this remembrance? And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, I give that. Mattaha smritir jnanam, knowledge. And the knowledge also is given by God. Matta smritir jnanam and apohanam cha. Apohanam means forgetfulness. And many people claim that I am very intelligent. I can remember everything. And one of my friend who was a singer, so he was arguing with me that I became very famous singer, and you say for everything there is a cause, and that cause is God. But what is the cause for my becoming a famous singer? It is my skill. It is my talent. I worked hard. I went to a classical singer teacher, learned from him, did sadhana, did tapasya. Every day early morning I would get up, hours and hours of practice I did. And because of that, I am able to sing very nicely. Where is the question of God? He asked. And I said, amazing. Yes, you have done a thorough practice. You have spent a lot of time. You have done all these things, whatever you could, and you have done it perfectly well. And you say, where is the question of God? And I'll ask you, who gave your voice? You manufactured your voice? Why do you have a perfect voice, a perfect pattern? Now in India, there are more than 150 crores population, and every person's voice is unique. And every child is born, the voice is unique. And who is giving this many varieties of voice? Do you manufacture? Do you make some voice? No. And he had no answer for this question. So people may claim, yes, I am very intelligent. Yeah, I studied hard, I work hard. So I remember. No. Who? At the point of time when during the exam, the question paper comes in front of you, who is helping you to remember? And Krishna claims, I do that. Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Next, he says, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo. So Krishna says, Vedaischa sarvair. Among all the Vedas, what is the purpose of all the Vedas? Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo. From all the Vedas, you should know me. The purpose of Vedas is to understand who is God and what is my connection with God. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo Vedanta krit Vedavit eva chaham. Vedanta krit. I am the person who has compiled the Vedas. And all of us, we are aware that Veda Vyas. So Vyasa's name is Krishna Dvaipayana. And he became famous as Veda Vyas because in Sanskrit, Vyas means to cut or to divide. So that person who divided the Vedas is called Veda Vyas. His actual name is not Veda Vyas. His actual name is Krishna Dvaipayana. That is a point here. So, and this Veda Vyas or Krishna Dvaipayana is known as the literary incarnation of God. He is the incarnation of as literature. Because he actually wrote everything for the Kali Yuga people because they have very short memory. So Vedanta Krit Vedavit Eva Chaham. And I am to be known from all the Vedas, and I am the compiler of the Veda, and I have all this knowledge. That is what Krishna is saying. Now another big contradiction or question comes in front of us is, yes, all this knowledge is available in Vedas, but all the Vedas are written in Sanskrit. And what should I do? How to understand? I do not know Sanskrit. And there are so many people who have written, who have interpreted this Vedic scriptures. Like for example, even from our childhood, we might have learned things in a wrong way. Like there is one famous verse, shloka. This is a shloka. Shuklam bharadaram vishnum shashivarnam chaturbhujam prasannavadanam dhyayet sarva vignopa shantaye. What is this shloka all about? One time, there was a kingdom and the king was taught this shloka. Shuklambaradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. So the king every day would recite, but he never knew the meaning. So one day he thought, tomorrow in the assembly, I will put this question. I'll ask the entire assembly, who can tell the meaning of this verse? So he called the assembly meeting and he asked all the scholars who were present there, what is the meaning of this particular shloka? So then one of the minister, who was a man of wisdom, he said, my dear sir, majesty, I'll answer. He said, please go on. So this minister, he answered, Shukla Ambara Dharam, meaning Shukla means white, Ambara means dress. That person who is wearing white dress, Shukla Ambara Dharam, Dharan, means one who wears. So let us take a small break and come back.